Hey everybody, Cody McClung here with OAB Basketball. We're going to drop some knowledge today in how to set up pick and roll action and what options we're going to utilize based on what the defense gives us to get us into that best situation we can. Let's check it out. First, let's check out how to set up a ball screen. So in drills that involve pick and roll action, I always use two cones. My first one takes that ball below the screen. My second one's going to be my screener. If you have them, I recommend trash cans or barrel cones as they're wider and I can explore angles that are really game-like of coming off screens. So to set up a ball screen, I don't want to be a sitting duck when that play's called out, knowing the pick's coming up here, because I'm inviting the defense in and I don't want them to dictate what I do per their defensive scheme. So with that, I have two options. I can either retreat and then go down, but ultimately I want to come down, and more times than not, I go ahead and go down below that screen to where I can switch my hands and my hip. What this does is now it gets me into a defender, me, ball situation where this ball is protected, and now I can see my defender, the screener's defender, and the screener. Let's check out our three options and see what we can get out of this. First option, after we switch our hand and the ball to get that defender, me, ball situation, is that defender really attacks our hip. What this does is we're in control even though they're pressing up on us. We can really send that defender where we want them to. So we're going to stay low. And whenever I'm starting to come off this defender, I want to practically run my shoulder into their shoulder, leaving no room for this person to get through. So I'm open on the other side. So I'm getting here. I'm as close as I can to this trash can. And now I have my options. All right. If we're training by ourselves, we can practice the jumper. If we're practicing with the team, we got different passing lanes that we can really work that chemistry. Let's check it out full speed. Our second option is that defender now knows that pick's coming, whether they called it out early or maybe they know the play a little bit, but it doesn't matter. We can still run that play effectively. So we take that ball down again, set up our screen. So now that defender, instead of attacking our hip, is what I call mirroring us. All right, they're in a nice defensive stance. They're really just playing the play, is what I call it as well. And now we see them mirroring. So they have two options when they mirror. The first one is they run right into the screen and we're back into the first option. The second one happens more times than not. They'll go under that screen to try and get us on the other side to where we just play into what they want to play. So as soon as I get to my screener and I see that they're going under, I'm going to have my outside foot plant and I'm going snatch back into a nice shot, a drive, and we set up multiple passing lanes with that as well. Let's check it out full speed. Let's check out our third option. This is the best of both worlds, to where we're going to use a refuse, but we could still come off the screen. We're going to leave our options open with this one. As the same as the other two, we're going to take it below. And what we see from the defense on this is they're going to show a mirror at first, but about halfway point or maybe even a little bit before, they're really going to stab at this basketball or take our hip. So I'm getting to about halfway. I see that they're taking the ball or my hip. What I do is I get my inside foot to protect the basketball, and I spin, keeping that ball in the right hand, letting that ball hit in between my legs so I can get my head around and that ball's still protected. And now if that defender's going to come behind me and try and get the basketball, I can take this long dribble. But here's where it gets interesting. If they're still on my hip, I can take this down, still have options of driving, passing, but now my defender or my screener can take a couple steps down, and now we're into the same action off that screen to where we can read if they go under or if we get them caught on the screen. This is a great one. Let's check it out full speed.